Today I'm going to flip through this road trip magazine that covers North America's most incredible drives, according to the cover. Over 30 amazing journeys from across North America. So this cover caught my eye in my local Barnes & Nobles. So I got it, thought I would share it with you. So right away we have this beautiful picture of some mountains. A single red car down here. I love this ancient looking map. Vintage feel. Table of contents. I like how they did this with the different pictures to give you a glimpse of what's inside. It says organizing your road trip. I'm going to spend just a little bit of time on that, and we'll get to the good stuff. Oh, look at these pictures, like out west in the U.S. A little bit of information about planning your road trip. Let's go forward, get to the good stuff of the routes or routes, however you say it. I say it both ways. Okay, so here's a glimpse of what they're going to cover. And I love this vintage car. So cool looking. They look like they're fun. Okay, Route 66. And I like this magazine because it shows you a little map, I think, for each route or route. So this goes from Los Angeles to Chicago. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been on Route 66. I've been on a small section. I think it was in Arizona, just outside of Nevada. But to be honest, I don't remember exactly where it was, but somewhere just outside of Las Vegas, not too far. And it was cool to be on that little section, even though we weren't on it for very long. I love this old Route 66 sign, and this one here. The old gas station. This has so much history. I don't know if I would want to stay here, but I love the signs. I would take a picture of those signs. Mentions the Grand Canyon National Park. Okay, and then this is in Maui. Part of the island. Part of the Hawaiian Islands. Look at this waterfall. Wow. And of course Hawaii has a lot of amazing beaches. I once took a cruise around the Hawaiian Islands and it was so amazing. That was a very, very memorable trip. So beautiful there. Next we have the Cabot Trail or Cabot Trail. I'm not sure which way this is pronounced. It says it's one of Canada's overlooked gems, and it says start in Baddeck, Nova Scotia, and finish there this gorgeous view. So this is Cape Breton. It says every hairpin turn or hill crest of this road trip reveals another photo op. I believe it. Let's take a closer look. Camp or Camp is on that route. That's the route. Here's a moose. That would be really cool. I've never seen a moose in the wild before. As long as I stayed at a safe distance, that would be neat. Pacific Coast Highway in California. I think it's referred to as PCH sometimes. And it says start in San Francisco and finish in Los Angeles. That is beautiful. I remember being on PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, years ago, and I just remember it was very beautiful, but not a lot of places to pull off if you need gas or food, at least on the section we were on. But I loved it anyway. Some more beautiful spots along the way. Morro Rock. Says there are a number of small beaches, coves, and vistas to stop off for, but McKay Falls might be the most picturesque of them all. It's really beautiful. Malibu. There's the map. Los Angeles. And it says the town of Solvang offers a slice of Denmark and California. Looks interesting. Next we have the Deep South. And this is a picture of Memphis. But it's very busy. And for this route, you would start in New Orleans and then up back in New Orleans. Go to places like Montgomery, Nashville, and Memphis. So here, this is New Orleans, Rock City, Lookout Mountain, more stunning waterfalls, Selma, Alabama, and this, I assume, is New Orleans. Doesn't say specifically, but looks like it. You hear the geese outside. Funny. Overseas highway from Miami to Key West. I was just talking to somebody yesterday about Key West. I haven't been, but he had been, so he was telling me about it. Oh, that is so cool looking. This is on my bucket list. I'd like to do this one day, do this drive. I've been to Miami. Miami is really pretty. Says if you hope to relax at white sandy beaches, this is the place to do it. In the Florida Reef. Geese are still pretty noisy. Grand Circle. Connecting some of the best national parks the United States has to offer. This round trip is America at its most rugged. Look at that, it's so pretty. Grand Canyon was on my bucket list for a long time, and I finally went last year. It is stunning. And on this trip you would start in Las Vegas and end in Las Vegas. And I used to live in Las Vegas, and I never made it to the Grand Canyon the whole time I lived there. I did wait until I moved far away to get back there and see the Grand Canyon. I did make it to Bryce Canyon National Park and Zion National Park though when I lived there, and they are amazing as well. This would be a great road trip. Utah is very pretty. There's Zion National Park. It says home to more than 2,000 naturally formed arches. Arches National Park features some stunningly hiking trails. Alaska Canadian Highway. Oh, the dogs are so cute. Start in British Columbia and end in Alaska. There's the map. Mention Dawson Creek, Signpost Forest, some hot springs, and then up here Delta Junction. That's beautiful. San Juan Skyway. So you would start and finish in Ridgeway, Colorado. Mesa Verde National Park. Looks like the Old West here. Blue Ridge Parkway, Virginia, North Carolina. So you would start in Shenandoah National Park in Virginia and finish in the Great Smoky Mountains, North Carolina. Another stunning waterfall. This is Crabtree Falls. It's one of the United States' tallest sets of waterfalls. Nice picture here. Glencoe Viaduct. Straighten things up. Sea to Sky Highway. Start in West Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and finish in Whistler, British Columbia, Canada. Okay, here's the map. And a stunning picture. Shannon Falls. Whistler. It's really pretty at night. Love that picture. It says, all you need is time, a roadmap, a camera, and a sense of adventure. It's funny that it says a roadmap because most people use their phones. But I keep an atlas in my car just in case I'm somewhere without cell service or my phone dies or something like that. Just a backup. Okay, Olympic Peninsula Loop. It says this thrilling excursion takes you from the city of Seattle to majestic mountains, the shining sea, and back again. So you'd start in Seattle and end up in Seattle. And I've also lived in Seattle. I've lived a lot of places. It was beautiful when the sun would come out, but well, it did rain a lot. There's a lot of gray days. Appalachian Trail. So you'd start in Maine and finish in Georgia. Love the fall colors. That is also on my bucket list, is to get up to Maine in the fall. It's supposed to be stunning. It's beautiful, beautiful pictures of that. It says a 2-hour walk treats you to sweeping views over the water gap. So that's the map there. Catawba Mountain in Virginia. Oregon Trail. So you would start in Massachusetts and end up in Oregon, specifically Cannon Beach, Oregon, which is a really pretty place. Been there a few times. Go through Yellowstone National Park. Also see Niagara Falls, Chicago. That would be a great trip, I think. Driving in Yellowstone. This is so pretty. Much sky. Niagara Falls. I went to Niagara Falls for the first time recently and I loved it. We went to the Canadian side and it's now one of my favorite places. This is just amazing and it's just a cute town. Turquoise Trail. Says it will offer you a taste of the Old West. Start in New Mexico and end in New Mexico, different towns. I don't know how to say the first one, Tierras maybe, and then finish in Santa Fe. Just need one day to finish this trail. Great River Road along the course of the Mississippi. Start in Minnesota and finish in New Orleans, Louisiana. says, with a name such as the Great River Road, it's no surprise that you will see a lot of water. Another gorgeous scene. There's the map. See the Gateway Arch in St. Louis? Bill Street in Memphis. Of course, end up in New Orleans. So this is Memphis, New Orleans. I like the paddle boat. Icefields Parkway. Short but so scenic, discover the turquoise lakes and mountain peaks of the Canadian Rockies. There's the map of that. They have springs, skywalk, and some waterfalls. Wow, look at that. Canadian Rocky Mountains. And this you just need a few days to. What a beautiful photo. It says the parkway is about the journey more than the destination. This is the skywalk that you would see. Going to the Sun Road. So you start in West Glacier, Montana, and finish in St. Mary, Montana. Oh, I didn't notice the tunnel at first. I was just looking up here. I've never been to Montana. Looks very pretty. Oh, look at the ramps. They're looking out at the view too. They're amazed, just like we are. Kidding, of course. Border to border. So you start in Jasper National Park, Alberta, Canada, and finish in Nogales, Mexico. I don't know if I said that right, but. So this is Moon National Monument and Preserve in Idaho. And here's our map. All the way down to Mexico. Through Las Vegas. I still like going back to Vegas to visit, even though I don't live there anymore. It's a lot of fun. Twin Falls, Idaho. Wow. I've not seen this before. It takes your breath away. It's like a mini Niagara Falls. Very blue water. And then the Grand Canyon. Atlantic coast. East coast of America. Interstate 95. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Miami. I like Miami. It's pretty. Some of the prestigious universities. Stop there, all the way up to Maine. Woodrow Wilson Bridge between Maryland and Virginia. Boston. They start in Maine, end up in Miami, Florida. Lake Superior Circle. So here's our map. So you start and end in Duluth, Minnesota. That's pretty. So many gorgeous places in this magazine. The Great Northern. Start in Seattle and end in Arcadia National Park, Maine. There's the map of that. Past Canyon Falls. Montreal, which I would like to visit someday. It's another picture with a red car. It says the Great Northern Road trip crosses through North America's 5 Great Lakes. So here's some pictures on that route. The Grand Coulee Dam is about 4 hours from the road trip starting point of Seattle. So do that. Grinnell Glacier, in the heart of Montana's Glacier National Park. Wow, stunning. It says the detailed rock at Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is best viewed up close. Look at the colors in that. It's just rock, but the colors make it stunning. I really like this one. Definitely would want to do it in the spring or fall. Summer would probably be too hot, and winter, of course, would be too cold. Road to Nowhere, US 83 highway, is one of the longest, loneliest, yet most poignant routes through rural America. I said roots instead of routes. I changed it up. Okay, so you start in Swan River, Manitoba, Canada, finish in Brownsville, Texas. So there's one picture. Then we have Smith Falls. Then here's the map. Starting in Swan River, Canada, and you go through all these different places. End up in Brownsville. Knife River Indian Village. American bison. That would be neat. Nebraska. It does seem pretty lonely. Look at the pictures. I guess Bessie tour. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's a sacred tour around the most beautiful region that Canada has to offer. There's the map. Start in Montreal. they talk about boat excursions, see some of the marine life. Okay, now we have loneliest road in America. So what did they say before about this one? This was one of the loneliest, and this is the loneliest. Nevada's Route 50. Starting Carson City and finishing Grand Basin National Park, Nevada. It says it may have an uninspiring nickname, but ghost towns and bleak beauty make Nevada's Route 50 a stunning drive. So, let's see what else they show us. An oasis in the desert. Fairview Mountain. And there's the map. Carson City over to Grand Basin National Park. It says US 50 is a heady mix of mountainous terrain, stark plains, and natural sights. I've been to a few ghost towns out west. They're really interesting. Just go like on a tour or something. It's pretty cool that way. Okay, Southern Pacific. Start in San Diego and go down to Savannah, Georgia. So this is San Diego. Love San Diego. It is very, very pretty. And the weather is so nice there. Just always seems to be slightly warm but not hot. Kind of breezy as well. Just love it there. This is Dallas Fort Worth. And then here's the map. San Diego, Tombstone, El Paso, Dallas, Montgomery, Savannah, Tybee Island, Minor Shack. It's El Paso. Tybee Island. Definitely looks interesting. Park Loop Road. They start at the Hulls Cove Visitor Center in Maine and finish in Bar Harbor, Maine. There's the map. Wow, this is called Thunder Hole. It says it's a must-see stop. I agree. It's really cool. Dempster Highway. It's an Arctic adventure. There's a picture in the winter. I would not want to be on this. It looks too desolate to me. In the winter, anyway. There's the map for that. Yukon. Oh, beautiful flowers. This is called a porcupine caribou. Texas Barbecue Trail. Start in San Antonio and end in Taylor, Texas. This is San Antonio. Looks pretty. And here's the map of that. skipping this page. I don't like meat. I don't eat meat, and I don't like barbecue at all. So we'll be jumping over that. Okay, so now we have Beartooth Highway. Touch the sky through southern Montana and northern Wyoming along one of America's most scenic drives. So you would start in Red Lodge, Montana, and finish in Cook City, Montana. There's a map of that. And it's beautiful views of Montana. Yellowstone National Park. That's gorgeous. Waterfalls are always so interesting. So pretty. California's national parks. Start and finish in LA. It says California has more U.S. national parks than any other state. I did not know that. It's really pretty. San Francisco, of course. Joshua Tree National Park. Oh, look, driving through an opening cut out of a giant sequoia tree that ends fallen over. Such an interesting picture. And here's the map. I've seen the redwoods in person. You don't realize how big they are until you go there in person. It's just incredible. Death Valley. I've been there too. You want to always take tons of water and food and make sure you have a full tank of gas. At least what I can remember of it, you really are kind of isolated. But there are other tourists out there, usually. Okay, so I love how they did this. There's no writing. It's not an ad. It's just some beautiful pictures put together to make some beautiful closing pages. So that's it for this magazine. Hope you enjoyed going through this as much as I did. Let me know in the comments if you plan on taking any of these trips now that they covered. A lot of stunning places. I hope you'll come back to the channel.